has been a long time coming, and many apologies. Life has been pretty nuts. I'm sure everyone's got their own 2 cents on their own situations, but um, really wanted to get back into providing, just sharing these videos with this amazing INTJ community. So, diving right in, this one, again, like I said before, I do read and take note of your comments because I think they're really fascinating and, again, building a great community out of this type of dialogue. So, with regards to that, this video is actually going to be based on a comment that came from one of the viewers, Benny Hill. So this one is interesting. He or she writes, they write, sorry, do people think we're hot because we don't give a shit what people think? Now, I find this interesting because that is something that comes up in some of these type of dialogues where INTJs, we don't care, or we're so tough, or we analyze, or whatever. And it's turned into some sort of like prototype of what we are. But I think at our core, we are wanting the truth and wanting to be authentic within ourselves. So there is, regarding this, excuse me, we have, this tiny little group of females that are INTJs out of this large group of the rest of the female environment. And yes, there's definitely some other MBTI types that are similar, and all of us have, are in this waiting pool together. However, with INTJs, definitely, as I brought up in other videos, there has been, comments that it's like you're not like other people or like other women, or what's your deal, or I don't get you, or, and it's that, inquisitive mindset that potentially some people find alluring, I guess, where they can't figure you out, but yet we arguably may be more able to figure out, except for the whole we don't express emotions very well. I'm going to be going through some of my notes because this was written a little bit ago. These parameters, I guess, are something that INTJ females are used to. So whether or not it's exhausting or frustrating is another component. But if for some reason someone finds us attractive, there's usually some sort of personality feature in that other person that finds this kind of quirkiness valuable. However, that being said, definitely I have come across where there's interactions with, for me, the opposite sex, where they find me interesting and attractive. However, once they start dating me, they get frustrated about the lack of not caring about what people think. So the fact that I would rather, I don't even think that way, I just automatically assume my own, ideologies. And when I have someone who is frustrated by that, where they're like trying to put me back into a certain thing, or socialized persona of what should or should not be done in public, or how I should or should not act, I base that against my own value system and my own intuition. And I weigh that as to whether or not that is worth even paying attention to. So, for example, if you are saying you are, or I am being, say, too demonstrative when I am, clapping for some street performer who has done really well, and that person says to me, that the person with me who's supposedly attracted to me says, you're being too loud, you're showing too much emotion. I laugh in my head because out of all these things, emotion is not something I usually do, but I definitely, from my own idealization and my own ideologies, I want to reward the person that is putting in that work and putting himself out there to do this performance that I get to appreciate. So, of course, I'm going to clap for them. I'm not going to act stoic if I've taken the time to stop because they are that interesting. And so I've come across this in multiple different ways. Another thing is that when an INTJ female, whatever their presentation is going to be potentially stifled. Um, that is something that really goes against what we are, because we would never stifle another person. If anything, if something is interesting or something to look into in the other person, usually we will spend extra time going and looking deeper and asking those questions about the whys, about why us, why the interest or that type of personality quirk or whatever from the other party, so that we can make sense of it and make our own decisions regarding it. But usually anything authentic is really well received, especially if you already have a connection, both, physically and to some case, initial emotions. So I find I come personally across this a lot with the fact that, yes, we don't care what people potentially think in the larger term, but most of all, when it comes to our actual, like, caring inner circle parties, we hope that they are understanding of where we're coming from, and instead they love that about us. So from that point of view, maybe that is attractive, but usually it is on a superficial level, it is weeded out pretty fast, because getting to the point again, we aren't the largest group of within the MBTI type, so there's not necessarily a lot of us out there that can find that endearing, rather than find it something that grates against their social code or what they want in order to fit in with society. So getting to that point, the idea, so I'm just reading it quickly on my notes, it might be sexy at first because we come across as, independent thinkers, or we have some argument behind what we have chosen to talk about. We like asking more questions if we find you interesting. But after a while, that inquisitive mindset, that interest in and compelling nature in trying to make sense of the folks that are with, someone that we will eventually really treasure. A lot of people find that unnerving and exhausting. So yes, we definitely can come across as like that interesting type. Like, I'll say, for example, potentially say Charlize Theron. I know nothing about her, but she sometimes plays a lot of characters in which she has that type of, you know, um, independent. I do my own thing, and I'm my own person, and I've got a lot of uh, opinions, and I am my own woman. And let's be honest, she's gorgeous. But at the same time, when you're living or you're spending time with that person for a long time, a lot of times those within the general population will find it pretty um, exhausting. Sometimes they just want to be what they are. They don't want to have any introspection at all. And let's be honest, not all of us do. I myself also like to just do nothing sometimes, or not think, which is almost impossible. But all that being said, the people that are truly someone that's compatible and does find you sexy because you don't care, the longer they spend time with you, the more they're going to be endeared and care about what your thoughts are and who you are and why you are the way you are, and love that instead of think it's one off hot at the beginning. So, as always, love to hear your comments. And like a broken record, I keep saying that I'll try and be putting more videos out, but it is one of those things that it's when you get a chance. So thanks again. It's such a great community that are there, and thanks so much for the topic, and hopefully I'll get one set up and sent out again shortly. Have a great day.